the Bible isn't just a book of random stories. It's 66 different books that come together to tell one story. An incredible one about God's love for us. And now for an amazing story inspired by the book of Genesis, chapter 25, verses 24 to 34.
Jacob and Esau were twins, but they were as different as night and day. Salt and pepper, iPhones and Androids. Jacob had smooth skin, while Esau's hair was wild and red. Jacob liked to stay home among the tents, working on his cooking skills.
I'll never reveal the secret to my upside-down pomegranate honey cake.
Esau, meanwhile, liked to spend his days hiking through the woods and hunting in the fields.
And it's deer steaks for dinner.
There was one more difference, a big one. Esau had been born just a few minutes before Jacob. As the oldest, he would one day lead the family. He would be in charge and gain a bigger share of the family money and property.
Cool beans.
So not fair. One day, Esau prepared to head out into open country as usual. He shouldered his bow and checked his arrows.
Want to come along, little bro?
Sorry, man. Working on my herb garden.
Well, that's a big deal. Too bad you don't have time to be a real man.
Just not meant to be, I guess. As Esau took off, Jacob surveyed his garden with a keen eye.
Let's see. That rosemary will be perfect in bread. And parsley. I'm thinking a tasty lentil stew.
He set to work, mixing and kneading and chopping. Meanwhile, Esau wandered through the fields.
Oh, I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more.
But even though Esau covered miles and miles that day, he didn't come across a single gazelle or even a covey of quail to take home for dinner.
Crickets. Actually, I could go for one of those right now.
And by the time Esau made it home that night for dinner, he was ravenous with hunger.
Oh, I have walked 500 miles and I have walked 500 more.
As Esau stalked through the tents, an amazing smell wafted toward him. He followed his nose and soon discovered an enormous kettle hanging over a low-burning fire.
Hey there, brother.
Jacob was slicing a loaf of still warm bread.
What's that? What have you got?
A slow-roasted red lentil stew with rosemary barley bread and a side of pressed olive oil with fresh herbs.
Quick! I'm so hungry. Give me some right now.
Esau lunged for a bowl, but Jacob swatted his hand away and continued to slice bread unhurried. But his mind was working quickly.
Sure thing, but first, give me the rights that belong to you as the oldest son.
Esau narrowed his eyes. Somewhere in his brain, a warning bell was ringing. But the clamor in his stomach was even louder.
Look here, bro. I am dying of hunger. If I'm dead, those rights are no good to me anyhow.
Once again, Esau grabbed for a bowl, but Jacob snatched it away.
Magic words.
Please?
Nope.
Out of my way?
Nope.
Just tell me.
Promise to give me your rights.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
Jacob ladled savory stew into the bowl, but as Esau reached again, he whipped it away.
Say it.
It.
No. Say, I promise.
I promise.
Now say, Jacob rocks.
Esau snatched the bowl and a loaf of bread and began stuffing his face. Jacob watched with his arms folded, smug.
You should really slow down and appreciate the nuances of taste and texture.
My stomach process, okay?
Within moments, Esau was finished with his meal. His stomach was full, but he'd given up something of far greater value. He skulked away with the nagging sensation that he might have done things differently if he'd stopped to think twice.